our next speaker is Mr. Martin Siebus. He's the Innovative Regions Facilitator with South West Enterprise Connect. Mr. Siebus.
If I could just have a show of hands, are there any Enterprise Connect companies in the room? Anyone that's been through Enterprise Connect? Is there anybody that has heard of Enterprise Connect before? Yes, okay, a couple. Enterprise Connect is again part of the Department of Innovation, Industry, Science and Tertiary Education. And the program itself is about a $60 million program per annum, formed in 2007, and a lot of successful clients, about 8,000 companies have been through. The idea is to help SMEs grow. So small businesses grow, they grow to a certain size, and then they hit some barriers. And Enterprise Connect has a process that's now well defined to try and help those companies grow to the next level. We focus on the strategy, and the way that we do it is we have seasoned business advisors that come to the business and work with the business owners and staff to figure out how to help the business grow. At the end of that, you get a very big style company report, as we say, and importantly an action plan. Now, along with that action plan, which the government's not here to tell you how to run your business. That's business owner's job, but we have independent advisors. They don't have a barrow to push. They're not after a retainer. They're not after other business from you. They're here to go in and help you figure out how better to run and grow your business. Once that action plan comes out in that report, then there's another sweetener. There's a $20,000 grant, dollar for dollar, called Tailored Advisory Service Grant, and that's to help implement the action plan. And what happens there is you basically find a consultant. So the government, again, steps back, doesn't tell you how to do this. We can help or suggest people that have done work before, but that's about as far as we can go. But you find a consultant that you want to work with to implement that action plan, someone who's appropriate. That's the thrust of the program. However, there's many other things around that too. We have a relationship with the Mount Eliza Business School. There are workshops. We have enterprise learning events. There's one next week at the Chamber of Commerce on how to attract and retain staff, for example. And once you're an Enterprise Connect company, you're part of the network with other expertise and funding. For example, we have a program called Researchers in Business. If you have a need to do some research and development, and the Researchers in Business grant will fund 50%, I think it's up to $50,000 for a research to come and research and solve a problem in your business. There are eligibility criteria, and I don't want to discourage anyone from going to the website and finding out whether they're eligible, because it is quite complicated. There's basically a turnover of 1.5 million per annum, but there are circumstances where that doesn't apply. It might, depending upon how, on your remoteness or the industry you're in. You must have been trading for 3 years, and you must have an ACN. So this is not for start-up companies. This is for companies that have got to a certain size and are hitting barriers for growth. So how it works is there's a short online application, processed quite quickly. And then with 1 to 2 days of investment of actual time in sessions over typically 2 weeks, the business review process happens. Out of that comes the report and the plan. If it's appropriate, and if indeed if the business wants to proceed, because you don't have to proceed, there is then the tailored advisory service with the dollar for dollar grant that I mentioned. And then beyond that, there's ongoing support, and as I mentioned, other programs like Researchers in Business. So the business review itself is a very well-honed process. It draws on the expertise of business advisors around the country, because this is a national program. We have about 10 business advisors in WA, and we send people as far as Kununurra. The whole state is covered if you have a qualifying business and you're part of the program. So you get analysis of your performance. We have the ability to use in a sensitive way benchmarking information for your industry gathered Australia-wide. We use IBIS World reports to give you industry trends. And the business advisors are all people who've worked and grown businesses. These are seasoned people and they're familiar with strategic planning, and they work with the business owners and key staff to work out the strategic planning for the long-term objectives and discuss the short-term issues and impediments. You get a comprehensive report, and then, of course, through the business advisors and the Enterprise Connect network, as the name suggests, you've got connections to relevant people to assist the company. You know, as Julie said, there's no wrong door. There's, you know, the business advisors and the network are aware of a lot of the other programs that are being talked about, just as Oz Industry and others refer clients to us, we are happy to make people aware of some of the other opportunities and grants and refer people to the other departments. If you do decide to proceed as a company to the Tailored Advisory Service grant, that money can be used for quite varied things. Business planning, export development, succession planning can be an issue in some businesses, so for the business to grow there might need to be succession plan. Cultural change, some businesses don't grow because of the culture and the human resource planning. Or even just processes. Sometimes you get to a size and your processes and the way you do things is no longer appropriate. You've had great success before, but now what's made you successful in the past is perhaps stopping you from growing and being successful in the future. Carbon pollution reduction, systems analysis, quality assurance and occupational health and safety, environmental compliance, anything really that's needed to help the business grow past its problems and barriers. These are some of the quotes from people that have, companies that have been through. There's some on the website, there's some wonderful case studies and videos where you can hear business owners talk about their experiences with the program. I won't go through all those, you can have a quick read. And if you need more information, of course, the website, there's a hotline, you can call me, and thank you very much.